name is Carly, my pronouns are they, them, and this is my writing blog where I document writing a first draft while running my indie imprint and also having a 9 to 5. After last week, where I went to BristolCon and had a really good time, today I'm feeling a bit tired, to be honest. So what I'm doing this week is I'm going to take it really slowly, and then on Thursday I'm going to go down to Brighton to attend the World Fantasy Con. So that's going to be like a major thing. It's going to be 4 days. I'm going to try and document that as best as I can. And apart from that, I think if I make a bit more progress on my first draft, which is the Sealskin Throne, and it's probably going to be a short novel. I'm in chapter 11 at the moment, and I'm thinking about 24, 25 chapters. That's my goal at the moment. In between, I wasn't quite sure whether that might not be enough, but at the moment, I think story-wise, I think I'm at the halfway point, so 24 might be a good estimation. Otherwise, I mean, originally I thought that would be a novella. Let's see how that goes. And because BristolCon was quite exhausting, and there's also like traffic stuff going on, and it took me quite a while to get home. I have been spinning quite a lot because I'm also doing yarn stuff, and have done like a beautiful blue badge that has some orange silk shot through. I'm at the moment trying to come up with a name for this badge because I'm doing like micro badges. I'm basically doing very personal names for them, so they serve a bit like batch numbers, so people know, oh, that has a different name than that, so that's not the same, even if they look similar. So yeah, that's what I've been concentrating on a lot. Apart from that, it's quite funny to me that I've been sort of inching my way through the manuscript at the moment. I've had a few days where I wrote a whole chapter, but I don't think many of them. Maybe that is because compared to other projects, this one is more of a plot focused one. Um, but I've already left myself a ton of notes to make sure that I'm going back to certain scenes and bring certain concepts earlier into the story. So yeah, that's where we are with the Sealskin's Throne. And then, yeah, I think I will have time to do a bit of writing tomorrow. And then I'm sure on the weekend, because I'm participating in the mass author signing on Friday, and I have booked a workshop on the Thursday. Apart from that, I'm pretty much free to do as I want to, and so I'm definitely taking my swimming costume. Maybe uh I don't know if there's like a regular meetup, like a open water meetup in Brighton. Maybe if I find out there's, I might just go. And then I also want to see more about the town because I haven't been. Um, and Brighton is very famous for its queer community, so definitely want to check out whatever there is to see, and just take a bit of a holiday if I can. I mean, it's a great networking opportunity to be sure, but I need to make sure that I don't overwhelm myself. I'm going on the Thursday, coming back on the Sunday, and then I took the Monday off from work, so I have a bit of time to decompress. But yeah, well, I'm sure I will talk to you on Wednesday, though I might not do a big market haul because I'm currently trying to empty my fridge, not to stock it up. But that's all to come. See you in a bit. I've just been at the market, and the only thing that I bought was a pumpkin cinnamon bun because I'm just all about everything pumpkin spice. I'm sorry, I know, but it looked too good to resist. So that's sort of my big investment. Um, and then I picked up one of my fantasy holds from the library, Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I've already heard so much about this. I read the Divine Rivals trilogy, duology, and really loved the first one. The second one, I really hope that this is more in the spirit of the first one. And I know that this is also set in the same storyverse. So having high hopes for this one. I'm definitely taking this with me to Brighton. And then I dropped off another scarf at the community shop where I sell some of my knits and yarn, and a couple of pieces of yarn as well that I just finished because this week, they sold one of my big wraps, which was an alpaca wrap. So it was quite a big, quite expensive piece that had been in the shop for a very long time. So I basically went and replaced it with something in a similar color, um, just so they have like something there in the same style. So good news for that one. Apart from it just has started to drizzle, sort of about okay. I've put my swimming stuff in the car. I still need to pack, but I've sort of started to draw stuff together, and then I just need to, yeah, do the washing up and make sure that I put my flowers out in the recycling, so the the typical stale water smell, just hate it. So that doesn't develop while I'm away. I mean, it's just 4 days, but still, it is sort of my autumn vacation. It's not really, but I'm really looking forward to it. But I hope that the weather will be a bit more. I don't know. I I've already looked at buses in case the weather's so bad that I can't walk a lot around. And there seems to be some kind of connection between my two, like the hotel and the convention. So yeah, I might just rely heavily on public transport while I'm there. Um, I will probably start off quite early tomorrow. I'll look at the weather as well, but I'd rather, because of the recent time, um, like switching to from summertime to no more daylight savings, basically. I'm awake really early at the moment, so I'd rather start off and get on the road than wait. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And writing wise, I'm in chapter 12, which is the last one that will fit in the notebook. As notebook. So I'm going to use the second one. That's actually the only like non-binary colored one that I ordered. Um, I hope that I'll have to see whether the paper in this one is a bit better. But yeah, it's sort of very purple. Um, so I probably will have those books with me as a pack. I've already thought about knitting like a book sleeve for notebooks and stuff because because I'm always carrying them around. They you can already see how much darker everything is. So they definitely take um, a bit of a battering. So yeah, I might do that at some point. Like I usually have quite a few scraps. Then you're coming with me to Brighton, and I'm having high hopes for it. I've never been, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope I have not planned a great lot. I don't really want to pay lots of admission prices. I think it's more about like the culture of the place and see if there are like specific queer cafes, queer bookshops. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to see whether I'm just going to wander around those for a while. But I'm very excited. See you in a bit. It's Monday, and I came back from Brighton yesterday, sort of late afternoon, and just was a bit too fried to jump in front of the camera. But Brighton was amazing. I mean, I learned so much. I sat in on so many panels, especially Friday. I basically did back to back to back. And it was really just, you could have knocked me over with a feather at the end of the day. The weather was a bit stormy, which was why I opted for not swimming, even though I had full gear with me. I was really good in that I only bought one book. I think I sold one of mine that lay on the sort of the author table of the British Fantasy Society, but mostly it was talking to people, listening to really interesting discussions, and yeah, making new friends as well. So it was an amazing event for my first convention as a guest. It was a bit overwhelming because it was sort of 4 days full on. Um, and I think on the Saturday, I had a bit of a slump day where I actually said, okay, the panel I really want to see begins at 12. So I'm going to um, just walk around in Brighton a bit. And thankfully, the weather had at least been sort of the rain had gone away. And even though it was still really windy, um, the sun was out and I could be at the beach for at least sort of half an hour before you like were blown away. Um, and that was nice. So have like more of a feel for the place because otherwise you're sort of orbiting the convention center and you don't really see much else. Um, the hotel I was in had a really good breakfast, so most of my warm meals were eaten in the morning, to be honest. And then I survived on sort of flapjacks and other snacks. Um, I also was really lucky that the hotel I stayed at was directly in front of the bus stop to like Brighton city centre. So I didn't drive much. I basically left the car at the hotel and just took the bus in and back. And then there was also Halloween, but I didn't really dress up or I didn't really stay long in town. I was quite glad to be home and collapse, to be honest. So I don't. So I'm not really like in the evenings. I don't think I'm very social. I just want to crawl back into my sort of safe space and decompress. But I thought it was a really like the everyone was very nice. It was so very polite. It was just a very nice convention. Um, and then I was able to sign up for like a meet the author event with John Gwynn, which was really interesting. And just to see how very family oriented his fiction is. I think, especially with sort of Viking medievalish stuff, you often veer towards the broy sort of um, author type. But it was lovely to see sort of yeah, there were just a lot of similarities and values that overlapped. And just hear him talk about how he actually got to writing and sort of his way, how it all went, was absolutely fascinating. And I got like an autographed little poster from him as well. Sort of everyone who attended the Meet the Author event was given the opportunity to have this one signed. So yeah, I just probably would pop up somewhere upstairs. But now today, I'm really quite tired. I did manage to do a bit of writing before I met a friend for coffee. And obviously, you come back from a convention with at least two more ideas for stories. I think that's a given. Lots of the people I met there were like frantically taking note and say, "Oh, now I need to change something. Now I need to do something." So I think lots of people actually took the opportunity to do a bit of writing during the conference or during the convention, which was interesting to see. Um, that yeah, sort of can't really take the right out of their schedule, to be honest. Okay, and I think with this, I'm back home again. It's a really good point to stop this week's writing vlog. A bit of a special one, and I think next week will just be so much more calm. if you like my weird sort of blogging, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to sort of see what my writing is all about, in the description box below is a sign up link to my newsletter. And if you put your name down, I'm going to send you a free EPUB gift of the first volume of the Slow Moon series. And then you just can have a look whether my writing is to your taste or not. And then I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching.